Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and in today's episode, I'm going to get into another these sort of fun things that I used to do. Now I've modernized it, and that is do another translation for an audio or comic or an audio sort of drama clip. Okay, and so again, before I begin the entire process of explaining the thing to you, I want to remind people to go down below, click like, click subscribe. And if you want to support me financially, I have the PayPal and the Patreon links below. I just added a few more new episodes online now, so I've already contacted all that. So again, do check the link below for the new episodes in the bonus content for the subscribers. And again, I'll update the regular database again for more episodes of all the different things that we've listed. So it's a great resource because it's a search engine that's in the YouTube is not that great, especially if you're looking for things that are, not exactly worded the right way when you do the search. So again, I've put together all the episodes I've done in a database and sort of sorted by topic. So at least if you wanted to know more about, fan subbing and more about these fan translations and that kind of stuff, they're all sort of located in one spot on the list, right? Or if you wanted to know or see more things about all the different art books and that kind of stuff, or things like that. Again, all the episodes are sort of bunched together, so at least you have the links and those all available for you. Way easier than trying to find it on YouTube. Okay, so do go down below and check that link out and get those resources for you. Okay. The other thing that I also wanted to announce is that I've now completed and put together my latest novel. Okay, so again. It is now available in printed form. So this is the test copy of the printed form of the novel. So this compiles Volume 1 and Volume 2, one novel the other. And this is the first time I've ever actually seen it put into print. Okay, it's actually a fairly big-sized novel. So if I take, let's say a regular, paperback novel. Okay, in this course, this is Bridget Hatch's Battlestar Galactica novel, and you put them together, it's actually a fairly big-sized novel, even though the thickness of the two are, about the same, if it's not a little bit thicker, because it's about 300 something pages or whatever. But it's actually a larger format sort of novel. So again, that is now available on Amazon, and apparently it's available. Again, new system I'm looking at to try it out. They actually print these on demand. So as you order it, Amazon will print one of these to you and send it to you. Okay, so it's actually pretty. You don't have to make like 1,000 copies of these and just have them sitting around my house all day. Amazon will actually print them on demand. Okay. So anyway, so Volume 1 is now available, and the short period of time was on them. The main thing is that Volume 4 is now available now. Again, it is on sale for free on Amazon. So again, you just click the link below. You can go and get Volume 4, and it's absolutely free. You just hit the one-click purchase, and it's for $0, and you can add it to your account, and you can read it anytime. Use any device. You can use a Kindle. You can use a Kobo. You can use an iPad, your iPhone. You can even read it on the computer, just using just your standard PDF type reader or whatever, or just use Amazon. It has its own reader, and you can read it on that as well. So just say that is available. Again, do check that out. If you have the right? So today's episode is about doing some more fan translations and that kind of stuff using newer technology, i.e. AI. Okay, so I've mentioned it before. When I was buying CDs, I came across this CD here. Okay, this is one for Heaven Wars Shurato. Okay, and it is the CD Hatchibushu The World, and sort of a one of those type of CDs where, again, I was buying CDs and that kind of stuff. I didn't know what these things are, right? Because I just was finished doing the fan subbings for Shurato. I thought it was really interesting because I was really interested in things like Saint Seiya, the whole Greek mythology and all that kind of stuff I thought, and the Zodiac warriors and that kind of stuff was really kind of a really cool concept, right? And then all of a sudden, Shurato comes out. And it's very similar, right? It's based off of these gods of the Vishnu and all this other stuff. So different religion type, but same idea. They had basically warriors, which are based off of different sort of animals, dragons, and that kind of stuff, right? So I thought, okay, all right, this is an interesting thing. So again, if you haven't seen something like Shurato and whatnot, you might want to take a look at it, because it is available on YouTube, and it's a good watch, because it's not as long as Shurato, or Sensei, I should say. Shurato's not as long as that series, but it's a good, nice series, because it has different type of characters and that kind of stuff. Anyway, as I mentioned in the past, so when I buy these CDs, I don't know what's on them. I just noticed that there is a CD that comes out from the magazines. It's about Shurato, so I thought, okay, all right, I'll go and order it, and see what comes in. Again, when you get the first release version, like I got this one, it comes in a nice little box, okay, and then inside the actual box, it actually comes with so when you take out the actual CD from the box, it has a separate box, and then the actual CD is inside this one as well, okay, and it has the different liners and that kind of stuff for the actual thing. The neat thing is it has lots of different sort of pictures and that kind of stuff in this actual thing, right? The other cool thing that it actually has is this card, okay, which actually serves as a calendar for 1990 and 1991 when this first came out, okay. Again, Shurato is one of those types of those action series that we translated primarily for the fact that it was they were coming out with a lot of OAVAs and that kind of stuff at that time, that's just one of these series that I just really found really vastly interesting. So we did this translation of that for that one. Okay. Anyway, more about the CD now. So now I got the CD, get it in and find out. Okay. It has some theme songs on it, but it's not theme songs sung by the original people, okay? Like, it has Truth, and it has, Still Waiting, and that kind of stuff on here, and Raja, but the only problem with them is it's actually sung by different people, which is, these are sung by the VAs. The rest of the CD is all drama, okay? And so, that's a common problem. What happens when we do these animes and that kind of stuff is that, you see the ad for the CD in the magazines, but you don't really have a clear idea what it actually really is, right? You just know it's a Shurato CD, and so you can't pre-listen to it. There's no internet resources and that kind of stuff available, because it's obviously 1991, so we're still before Windows 95, so there's no way to go to the internet to find out what this sounds like. You just gotta pay the $30 and order it in. Order it in and find out, oh god, it's half of it's drama CDs, and the theme songs that are done in there are sung by different people. Okay, but the interesting thing that came up about it, and again, this is where you help with the translator. Two of the episodes on here, okay, the first story is about Guy. Okay, so basically, that Shurato, like most isekais, Shurato, the main character, is thrown into this other world of Tenkukai, right? And his best friend Guy gets thrown in, but on the other side. It's sort of the male version of a Shugayugi, if you will. This sort of tells, sort of a comedy with the Guy's side, okay? The guys who made Shurato had a really interesting perspective about their things and anime, right? Usually, if an anime gets really big fan support, what ends up happening is a lot of doujinshis and a lot of side stories come out from the people who are the fans of anime, right? Because obviously, if you leave something unresolved, you see something funny happen, or some sort of situation is happening, count on the fans to exploit that and make some pretty interesting ideas and that kind of stuff off of that, okay? What these guys discovered was, hey, let's get ahead of that, and let's take some of those ideas before they, get released into the doujin market and whatnot, and let's work with those ideas while we still have all the voice acting people around, okay? So all the voice actors and that stuff are still making episodes and that kind of stuff. So why not make some episodes and make some of these comedy things with them still around, so that we can then make something like this. So this is sort of a you know, a radio drama or some you know, of the sort of funny parts, okay, of what happened. So this is sort of a kind of funny version of Guy's sort of experience being thrown into Tenkukai, okay. The one on the bottom right here is the one that I'm going to concentrate on this episode right here, okay. This one is the one for what they call Renge 1/3, okay. I'll explain more about it next, because obviously that's the one we'll work on. And the other one here is Lakshu's armor, okay. I'll probably do this one, you know, later on as another project, but for now we'll take care of this one right here, and I'll explain this one. Okay, so this one here is Renge 1/3, okay. And again, I realize most of you probably haven't seen Shurato. In North America, you know, it had, you know, some fair fan interest, because again, it's very similar to you know, Saint Seiya. Again, and for that matter, even had, you know, sort of resemblance to, you know, Samurai Troopers, right? Because, you know, it's based off of, you know, different sort of, you know, animals and this kind of stuff. In this case, where Samurai Troopers is based off of, you know, different elements and that stuff. Okay, but it's the same concept. It's basically guys in armor that have focus on a particular thing. So, you know, very Power Ranger-ish, if you will, in that respect too, right? But because of of its popularity, sort of in North America, and other things that came out, you know, it never got a commercial release, and it never got you know, anything sort of like any companies picking it up. However, it is extremely popular in a lot of the other foreign countries that kind of sort of get anime on the half, right? So I see a lot of translations in Portuguese. I see the you know, the theme song being resung in Brazilian. Again, very popular in the, you know, South Asian countries. Because I do believe it came out in English dub in on AXN. So a lot of, you know, popularity and that kind of stuff in other parts of the world. So again, it is one of those animes that if you haven't really checked out, you might want to have a look at it. But, you know, just to fill in the gap for some of the people, just to, you know, for this clip. Okay, so the concept is this thing called Renge 1/3. One of the main characters, the main female character of the armor people is Renge. Okay, her character is done by Megumi Hashibara, very famous person who also does people like you know, Lena Inverse, Rei from Neon Genesis Evangelion, obviously, and many more things. She's actually probably, you know, and she's also a multitude of opening theme songs for anime. She's probably the most famous VAs out there for that. Okay, but in Shurato, she plays 3 characters. Her main character obviously is Renge, but she also plays the side character Yumiko, which is Shurato's you know, little sister, and she also plays the, you know, sort of the pet sounds for me, the little dragon that Lakshu has flying around her. Okay, so she does 3 characters in this particular show. So in that respect, what they've done is they've made and they've realized, hey, Megumi Hashibara also plays a very famous character at this time, Ranma. Okay, she also plays the female voice for Ranma in this case. So people saw this parallel and said, hey, if, you know, because of the role in Ranma, obviously when the character Ranma gets splashed on with water, he can, you know, she changes from the male version to the female version, right? You know, there's some pretty complex episodes where they swap that around quite a lot in the series. So why don't we do something similar to that in Shurato? And that's where the concept came from, is from Ranma 1/2. So they decided, okay, hey, why don't we make this concept where the character Renge, played by Megumi Hashibara, transforms into Yumiko and me, depending on how when they get dumped on with water. She just progresses on to the next transformation. So that's how this little skit comes up. And they decided, okay, here, we'll play with that skit, and we'll have fun with the voice actor in doing this. And again, this is one of these cool things that doesn't happen very often, right? Because most like for example, if you know, you take a show like Neon Genesis Evangelion, right? It's pretty set forward what the plot and the story is. I'm sure there's lots of weird stuff that could be going on, but they didn't. But they never bothered doing it, and now so much time has passed that the you know, voice actors are no longer in the studio and no longer doing the stuff together, that they can't, you know, do and play the characters out of character, as it were. You know, if you can kind of guess what I mean, like, you know, don't follow the script of the character, follow the character. So because of that, you know, you don't get, for example, doujins for, let's say, Neon Genesis Evangelion or something like that. So this is like really kind of a unique example or a unique time where those guys who were making this just had enough forethought to say, hey, let's make up some funny joking around stuff, and we'll put them together into a CD. Okay, and so this is one of my opportunities to finally, you know, get to this funny skit that I've been told about from Daisuke, to actually now fully realize it and put it together. So, how to do it? Obviously, there are now softwares out there, and the one I'm using is one called TurboScribe. Okay, and what it does is that, you know, as you speak or as you give it dialogue, this program, this AI, will take whatever you say, whatever it hears, and it'll put it onto paper and make it onto a you know, onto a Word document, so that, you know, it is exactly as whatever you hear or whatever is written down on paper. Okay, now, in addition to what is spoken and what is said, it also makes track of what time it is said. So starting time, ending time, starting time, ending time of whatever you say it is. So this program is also capable of doing that. Okay. Again, there's other programs that'll do it. Like I said, I just happen to use TurboScribe. I see ads for things like Otter and whatever as well. That is out there. Now, the only reason I particularly use TurboScribe is because Japanese is one of the extra languages that it can transcribe stuff for. So essentially, I can take the entire audio track that it's on the CD, upload it to TurboScribe, and it will feed me back an entire text file of everything that's said in this in the, you know, in the 5-minute clip. Okay, start and stop. So it does all the timing for me. Okay, so I know from when to when, from when to when, and when to when all the pieces of dialogue are said. And so it's just a matter of taking all that dialogue and feeding it through Google Translate or whatever, and coming up with the translation for it, and then basically re-putting it back into the video. Since it's already timed, all the captions are already put in place, you just have to put it back in, and boom, it's subtitled for you. And then that way, anybody can theoretically now enjoy this video and know the, you know, the hidden joke behind Renge 1/3. Okay, and so with that, this is what I've come up with. And again, I hope you enjoy this little bit of clip. And again, I'll get into more. Okay, there's, you know, you know, I wouldn't say like tons. Okay, let's say that, you know, to misrepresent that would be kind of erroneous. But, you know, there are quite a few CDs. I mean, 10, maybe 20 CDs that I went out and spent, you know, full price pop, you know, $25, $30 US to buy, and I found out they were drama CDs. Okay, unintentionally. Of course, there's a whole bunch of ones I bought intentionally, which were also drama CDs. But, you know, for the ones that I bought unintentionally, you know, and it was great. I should probably try to, you know, make more use of this software and that kind of stuff to translate more of that stuff and make this available. Okay, and you know, bring forth some stuff to, you know, obviously some different type of entertainment that people might not have been able to get, you know, as I said, hidden treasures, if you will, that have been lost all these years because, you know, obviously the anime's gone forward. For example, let's say, again, we're using Neon Genesis Evangelion, for example. You know, new content for Neon Genesis Evangelion has obviously long gone, right? Because we haven't made any new episodes, haven't made new things, you know, unless they want to try to make another alternative ending or whatever. Sure, great, whatever. But to come up with some, you know, this kind of content where it's, you know, total sort of joking around, you know, making fun, or maybe even giving an alternative sort of relationship or some sort of thing going on, like because obviously if you leave something open, right, you didn't answer the question about hey, what's the deal between, let's say, Shinji and Rei, for example, okay, and someone decides, okay, we're gonna actually voice act or make up a story between them and one particular type of ending, okay. And if they had the voice actors available to do that, that'd be really kind of a different thing to listen to, a different thing to hear. Okay, however they decide to either put it into a manga or have actually voice acted in this form as a radio drama. So again, I've got lots of this kind of stuff available, and I hope I get more of it in the future. So for now, enjoy this little clip I managed to make, and again, hopefully this will get you interested in maybe even checking out the show Shurato. And if not, at least some of the basic stuff. At least go and check out what Ranma and a Half was about. So, without further ado, let's have a listen.
Renge か。
マリーチ、説明してもらおうか。昼間のインドラ様の御前での練習試合、あれはどういうことだ？
お前が勝って俺が負けた。ただそれだけだ。
ふざけるな。私の目が節穴とでも思っているのか。お前はわざと負けたんだ。確実に勝っていたところをな。何がおかしい？そこまで私を愚弄するのか？
別にバカになんかしてないぜ。ただお前のその態度が可愛く思えてな。
マリーチ
安心しろレンゲ。確かにお前はあの試合中3回隙を見せた。だがどれも攻撃を入れたところでお前なら間違いなくかわしていたさ。
なぜそんなことがわかる？ならばなぜ攻撃を仕掛けなかった？
俺はな、惚れた女には手を出さない主義でな。レンゲ、そう突っ張るな。可愛い顔が台無しだぜ。
やめろ、マリッチ。私はマリッチ、私はやったやったー。冷たいな。もうお兄ちゃん何すんのよ。
懐かしいな。間違いなくユミコだ、ユミコ。
いきなり抱きつかないでよ。エッチ。
てめえ、小僧、せっかくのいいムードをなんてことすんだよ。さっさとレンゲに戻せ。
やだ便所。ユミコ、ユミコ。
やめてよ。これでよしと。みー探したわよ。さあ帰りましょうね。
説明しよう。レンゲは修行をやりすぎて水をかぶるとシュラトの妹のユミコ、さらにはショーラーガのミーになってしまうという冗談のような体質に変わっていたのだ。
ちょっと
あら、
嘘つき剣友さん。
何よ。
この天空戦記シュラトのナレーターは俺ですよ。
あ
んたさっさとね、キャットオニンでテヤンデーの方に帰ってですね、甘えん坊のカッペイと遊んでてください。
あらまあ、いいじゃんけ、たまには。
ダメ。
ケッチね、ほんと。
いった。よし、さてと、それでは改めて説明しよう。
ちょっと俺のパターン取るないよ。
みー、寒くない？かわいい。ピュッピュッピュッ。
こらー、ラッシュー。おい、俺のレンゲを返してもらおうか。
こらこら、何言ってんだよ。俺のユミコだよ。ラクシュ、俺のユミコ返せよ。
何言ってんの？二人とも。これは私のミーなの。
俺のレンゲ。
俺のユミコ。
私のミー。
面倒だ。
冷たい。
いや、なんの。
やめてよ。お兄ちゃん、開けるかお前ら。いい加減に。おもちゃに
結末だったか。
いつものパターンでとりあえず騒動には決着がついたわけだね。さてその後レンゲがどうだったかというと、
ちょっとだからナレーターは俺だって。
全くおっしゃる通りです。
レンゲ。
何よマリーチ。
何よマリーチって。あなた。
おいユミコ。
どうしたのお兄ちゃん。
すいません。
さあ行こうミ
コポラペッパ
ー。可愛くない。
頭がこんがらがってキャラクターと声が一致しなくなったのだった。
ちょっとだからナレーターは俺だってば。
おっしゃる通りです。
分かってもらえばいいんです。
こんなの嫌だ。
俺は押さなくても別に構わんが。
ロリコン。私だってもうこんなの嫌だ。
Okay, I hope you found that really interesting. A fun clip. It's great that someone had thought of this idea before the voice actor crew disbanded and the project for Shurato was disbanded, because it's obviously they had a lot of fun doing this kind of thing, and it's now fun for us who have seen Shurato and can now experience a different kind of story with the same characters, just now a different sort of a lighthearted story with it. Okay, and again, there's a couple more Shurato stories I'll probably end up doing, as well as many of the other drama CDs I got sitting in archives. I'll probably bring those out and get them done as well, just so that you guys can have something different to listen to that you may have not been able to react with. Again, there's probably a few things like Orange Road and that kind of stuff, which also has things like Message on Cassette and things like that, which aren't available on anime. Now can be properly translated, so that you can now get another sort of, shall we say, more episodes or more content of a particular anime that no longer has content made for it. So this is another sort of source for sort of more excitement, more to feed that sort of story-driven thing from a place that this just doesn't exist anymore. So that's a kind of a neat thing, all right? So without further delay. So, until next time, I will see you again.